that we once were and still are. That we once were and still are. That we once were and still are. We pour and say libation. That we once were and still are. We pour and say libation. That we once were and still are. We pour and say libation. We pour and say libation. I was terrified of you, Bukisa. What if you hated me for not wanting you before? You want me now. You love me now, don't you? Yes. I am yours and you are mine. Nothing can ever change this. We are forever bonded and aligned no matter when we fuss or fight. I will never leave you. I could never hate you. Thank you. How do we begin to return to each other? You speak as if I left you at some point. Then where were you all this time? Patiently waiting for you. I will never leave you. You simply couldn't see me yet. You weren't ready. It's okay. It's okay. Give yourself permission to cleanse, release. I pour and say libation. To you, myself, for honoring your fear. You may now lay her to rest. Why must you lay her to rest? She kept me bound to everyone but myself. She misplaced my care. She robbed me of joy. She made me believe I had no right to choices, to choose me. Anything else? Ki. What if there is nothing left of me once I let everything go? Then you'll have every ounce of room to be your purest. You get to choose to be someone new, whoever you want. You laid fear to rest. I needed her. For protection. Are you still afraid? No. Now I'm always smiling, hooking each crease to the edge of earth. Each step stretches me further to please pleasantly while saying pretty please, hoping to succeed in winning your heart. Cheekbones shall be laid to rest. Little opera, belt your last note. Exsanguinate. I pour and say libation. No more will I have to bend and break to keep you. I lay to rest my need to impress. I am happy with myself. Pour and say libation now. For the moments you felt unworthy of forgiveness. For the moments you blamed yourself for all mistakes made, yours or not. Pour and say libation. For the moments I felt the need to quiet myself, to protect you while simultaneously rushing my demise. For the moments I felt the need to hurt myself for them, settle for them, think for them, be for them, exist for them, and never for the benefit of life, but the continuation of competitive destruction. They feed on misery. They languish in your desolation. Starve them. Listening to water seep through my soil. Roots illuminating with each drop salubrious river of revivification, floating me, laying hands on dismembered follicles, releasing spikes to nestle in each wound as they burst, trickling new etchings onto my mold, wrapped in a cocoon of ancestral dauntlessness, palm rolling severed lives back to never-ending code. We pour and say libation. Libation. We pour and say libation for the woman we once were, for the divine being we are destined to be and are now, for the divine beings that came before, that we once were and still are. We pour and say libation. I am complete. I always have been, and I always will be.